right, let's see what door number 8 is going to bring us. Let's see, 8 is over here. It is. Oop, there's dies. Oh, it's stuff for Easter. There's a bunny, a carrot, and an egg. And the carrot and the egg have dies. The bunny does not. All right, let's see what we can make with this. All right, so inside our door, we had this rabbit sitting in an egg. We had an egg, a carrot, and then dies for the carrot and this small egg. So I'm going to make a 5x7 card. So here is the 5x7 base. I then have this blue, which is 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, and this came out of a subscription box. I have this paper, which is 4.5 by 6.5, and this came out of the Crafter's Companion Easter box that came out last year and the year before. I think they had it. I then took out the stitched ovals that I have from Crafter's Companion, and I took out the one that was 3 3/4 long, and I think that one will fit the rabbit and the sentiment that says, what is it? Happy Easter to you. I think they'll both fit on the front of this. And the next size up, when I measured it, was 4 3/8 long. So they don't nest completely even. The top and the bottom are wider than the sides, but this is how their stitched set nested. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. So I have these strips because I was thinking Easter. So I was thinking basket, but I don't have a basket die that is Crafter's Companion. So I think I'm going to weave these on the side and the bottom to make an edge. And then I picked out these markers to color it in. So I have blue 9-3. I have R020. I have yellow 00. I have green 82. I have red 02. And yellow red 16. This one and the G82 are going to be for the carrot. And these will be for the egg and the bunny. I guess I'll have to grab a gray for the bunny. So what I was thinking is I'm going to glue this together first to make sure what I'm thinking in my head is really going to fit. Because I think this is going to work. But I just want to make sure. So once again, this is the 4.5 by 6.5. And I'm attaching that to the 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. So now let me make sure that everything's going to fit on here like I think it's going to. So let me grab my stamping platform. And let's stamp the egg. Oh, and I just smeared that. What did I get on my hands? Hold on. Okay, I think that was the culprit. So I'm going to put this down on the other side. And I'm going to start with the rabbit, I think. And I'm going to put it down as far as I can without cutting it off. I may tip him a little bit to the side. Let me move this out of the way before this gets smeared. Let me grab my black ink. There we go. All right, so now we have Happy Easter, and I think I can put the Y in between his ears and just fit this all in here. Let me stand up and look. Yep, I think I'm going to get it to fit. Yep, that just fit. Okay, so we have that done. So now I want to do the carrot and the eggs. So let's take the Happy Easter off. All right, before I started, I cut out a bunch of those eggs and carrots. Here, let me move this back over to the middle. All right, so I'm going to stamp these. So I'm going to take the carrot, it really doesn't matter where, and the egg. Upside down. You pick them up. And I'm just going to stamp them really quick on here. I'll show you why in a second. All right, so that's where they're going to stamp. So I saved the cutout from when I did the eggs. I'm going to I'm going to stamp a bunch of these, and I want them all to look the same. So I'm going to lay that on here. And I have a carrot one, which I am going to lay like this, so I can lay it down exactly the way I want it to look. I'm going to trim this little part off so it's not overlapping. There we go. So they're stuck down there. They're not going to move. So now I can take the ones that I've already cut out, and I can just lay them in here. Like this. And I don't only have to line that up one time. There we go. Now I can pull these out, put the next one in, and just keep going. And this saved me because when I cut these out, I cut them out 2 at a time. I just doubled up on the paper, and just saves a little bit of time when you're doing a bunch. All right, we have 4 of each. Okay, and that's all of our stamping. All right, so let's bring this back in. So I also have all these strips. So these are 1/4 inch wide. I started off with a 1/2 inch, and they were too wide. So I have 3 shades of blue. The darkest blue matches the dark blue matte layer. The medium blue here is the same color as this. And then I have a lighter blue. So what I was thinking is I'm going to lay them this way. And I'm thinking they might end up being at an angle like this. Not sure yet. And then I'm going to weave them. Here, let me move this up. And I left them all 8 inches long because I cut the paper from a subscription box. So I left them this long because I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to do. That will be there. Then the next one will go underneath the 2 that were in front. And then I'm going to put the light one toward the middle. So we'll go over there and under here. Oh, I need to glue these together to get these to stay put. So I'm thinking something along this lines. But I'll tighten them up. So let me glue some of this together so it's not all over the place. All right, so I'm going to start off with the dark one. And I'm going to go a little bit of glue here. And I'm just going to make a cross here. Then I will take the blue one and go on top right here, right up against it. Let's see, I think I'm going to angle it down here. Yeah, and I want this tight. There we go, right up against each other. So now we'll go blue in the other direction, which will now go underneath this one and over this one. This one will come in like this, right up against here. Then we'll go to this side. So this one will be on top of this one and under the dark one. Okay, now I need a light one up here. So this one will go on top of this one and this one. So we're going to go underneath the one in the middle. Oh, that needs to be over further. Make sure that's all nice and straight. Yep, that's sticking. Okay. Now it's not so unruly. All right, let me give that a second to dry. All right, while that has a second to dry, I'm going to color these in. All right, the carrots, let's just do those. Those are going to be easy. And I'm not sure how many of these I'm going to end up using. All right, those are all colored now. Now let's color our bunny. Now I'm going to take C0. I'm going to give this bunny some shadow. And we'll clean up this edge here. I made a mess. Some shadow on these pieces. Under his chin. Now I'm thinking I'll go over these letters a little bit. So now I'm going to take a 0.1 art liner. And I'm going to put some ground in here. Now I'm going to take my blue brush, and whatever's left on here, I'm going to make some sky. Let's make sure that's not going to be too different of a color there. Nope, that will be fine. That will be all right. Don't want to go any darker there. There you go. Now for the ground, I'm just going to go over it with a little bit of brown. Just put a little color in there. There we go. Go back over this with the blue. There we go. All right, so I know this is going to be on here. But do I want to glue it on or I want to put it on foam? You know what? I'm going to put this on foam, I think. Let's see. Yeah, I think I like that. All right. Okay, that looks good. Maybe even put a little sparkle on that egg, not sure. All right, let me move this to the side. All right, so we have our card base. This is going to be on here. You know what? Let me go ahead and glue this on because I know this is going to get glued together. There'll be less things slipping around on me. I think the voice is going to make it today. All right, this will be on here. All right, so this is dry now. So now I can put this on here and decide exactly how I want it to be. So I'm thinking down here, and this is going to be here. So I think we grab a pencil. So longest one can be here, and then here, and then here. So then on top, I will want it here, here, and here. So I'm just going to cut this. All right, so that's those two sides. So here, I'm just going to trim this off, but just not evenly. I may have to go evenly. Let's see. Yeah, that doesn't look right. That's better. And then across the bottom, let's see, do I want to go this way? Yeah. So this one should be the shortest. And this one. All right, let's see if that's enough. Let's see, so this will be here. Let's see, this needs to be shorter. I'm not really measuring this, I'm just kind of snipping it off until I get it to the right length that I'm looking for. All right, I think that. Okay. This is a little crooked, but I can force it together when I glue it down. All right, so let me glue this down. All right, first let me get this in place. So I want this and this to be kind of even. That looks good. And then this needs to come over to have this and this kind of the same. The light blue and the dark blue here should be kind of the same. So that's going to go there. All right, so now I can force this to be straight, even though it's not. All right, so this needs to be over here. Flip this, let me move this way. Okay, we'll just hold that for a moment, let that stick. This is a little tilted. Let's see if I can straighten this. Yeah, that's better. Okay, and this will go here. All right, let's bring in our eggs and our carrots. Pick all this up. All right, so we have our eggs and we have our carrots. So let's see where we want to put these. That's the one I messed up. We may not use that one. Let's see, those look different. Oh, I like that. Let's see, I'm not going to use them just for the sake of using them. I'm thinking I may just use those 3. Yeah, I think that's all that needs. So this one's going to get glued down. I think that one was like that. This one was more, is it like this? Yeah, so I think this one I'm going to put on foam. And this, I think I'll just glue it like that. Yeah, I think that's all that needs. It only needs the 3. All right, so there it is. All right, door number 8. If you liked it, give me a like. And if you want to see the other ones, subscribe, and then you'll get a notification when the rest of the Advent calendar posts. But I like this one. This will be a nice addition to the Easter box. That's where this came from. And until tomorrow, stay crafty.